how to clean your blinds.
Welcome to Reparations Wednesdays, cooking and lifestyle hacks with Jackson.
Uhuru, this is Jackson.
I'm a proud member of the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. The Uhuru Solidarity Movement is the mass organization of white people working under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party, organizing in the white community to win other white people like ourselves to a stand in principled material solidarity with African self-determination, national liberation, and reparations. I am making this YouTube series as my Reparations Challenge, one of many fundraisers held by members and supporters of USM to raise reparations to African people.
And now, on with the show. So the blinds I'm showing how to clean are ones that are, in your kitchen or bathroom that kind of get, stuff caked on them because of the heat, because of the water, if you're cooking, things getting splashed on there, etc. Now, I will say if you're just dusting your blinds, you can do things a number of ways. Now, these are vinyl blinds, but if you are doing wood blinds and all you need to dust them, just take your dust cloth or your Swiffer thing or a sock and put it over your hand like a little sock puppet and just run it along, and that'll be fine. If there's grime on wood, this way will be similar, just not as much moisture will be used so the wood doesn't warp. If you have fabric blinds, that's a little tricky, and I've looked it up, and apparently what a lot of people do is they literally take a hairdryer and they blow the dust off of the blinds after opening them a little bit so they're flat instead of like this or that. They just blow the dust off of them, which if you have dust allergies, it seems a little dangerous. So if you have dust allergies, you might want to avoid getting fabric blinds. And if you have fabric blinds in your place, maybe consider getting easier to clean blinds. And so I'm showing how to get, more of the grime off if there is any that, builds up after, splashes or heat or food, etc. But yeah, if you're just dusting, just dust like you would anything else. I think a lot of people do use a whole little sock puppet thing. But you want to make sure that you're only using that for dusting and not getting grime off, because otherwise you'll be going through a lot of socks. So, you could use, paper towels, or you could use some other kind of cloth or rag. I'm using a microfiber cloth that a lot of people prefer for cleaning, generally speaking. And what I first did, so if there's like grime on it, you don't want to just dust it, because then it won't be as effective. So I actually did do a pre-spray of vinegar on here, and I also sprayed a little bit of vinegar on here. So you'll just spray down. You'll want to open them up as much as possible, and then any place that's a little hard to just get in there. And so you take your cloth and kind of do the sock puppet thing, but it's a cloth, and you just, I don't know if we can see here. Just run it along each one. I like to hold it still. I like to take the little string and just go like that, and that way it's not just getting one part of it. It's not just getting the front part. You're getting the whole thing. You can just open them and do it, but I don't know. Sometimes it can be a little tricky with the string for me, so I just do it like that. And you just go along. I usually just do, top left to bottom right, just, go each section and do that. And then if stuff is really caked on, like if you have not cleaned it for a while, or, for whatever reason, if there's a lot of stuff caked on, you can put some baking soda on your little cloth or whatever and run it along that. But it is a little messier, the baking soda gets in places, and you might not want to spray vinegar right on that. Just use baking soda and water, and then go along, and then go back over it with vinegar and go across it, because baking soda and vinegar tends to fizzle, and don't want that. So there'll just be a little bit of a mess with the baking soda. You'll just have to, it will come off in little clumps on your cloth and on the surface, so you'll just have to wipe that off. Not a big deal, but I just want to give that little bit of warning. So yeah, pretty straightforward. Now some people, if the blinds are like really caked on, like the house has not had anyone living in it for 10 years or something, it's just really caked on, they'll actually take the blinds off, put it in the tub, get water sprayed all over it, and then just like scrub as much as they can. That seems a little bit much for me, and I know for a lot of other people. So at that point I would consider just replacing the blinds. But it's up to you, it's up to you. So yeah, so remember, like, not just to wipe it down just like with a flat hand. You want to get every side of it, just like the top, the back, the sides, just like that. I cleaned them recently, so you can't maybe see as much of the grime, but there's a little bit, it builds up. So you want to do it, I would recommend, if it's an area like this or the bathroom, do it once a week. Otherwise, if you're just dusting it, whatever your dusting schedule is, some people dust every day, or every other day, etc. Just dust it like you would anything else. So yeah, like, make sure to do the little finger puppet thing so that you get all aspects of it. Vinegar is a really good cleaner to use, so I mixed about quarter thing of vinegar with water and just did it like that. But you could use other cleaning solutions as well. Some people use vodka as a cleaning solution because it gets a lot of germs. I don't think that's necessary to do on blinds, but for some surfaces, I think that could be useful. Or some people just do, I like to, if there's like, food involved or a lot of like, things like that, I like to use vinegar to disinfect it. Otherwise, you can just use, a mixture of soap and water and do that. So, yeah, make sure to, really get, every blind, not just like, what you can immediately see, but like, this part here that tends to get bundled up, you would, go in and get all of that, because otherwise the grime does build up and it gets gross, and you don't want any bugs or mold or anything like that in there. So that is how you clean your blinds. Comment below with how you clean your blinds if it's different, and with any questions or comments. So, and please go to uhurusolidarity.org. That's UHURU solidarity.org. This is a reparations challenge, raising reparations for the Black self-determination programs of the Black Power Blueprint. So you can see photos and videos of that by going to blackpowerblueprint.org. And then to contribute reparations to this reparations challenge, go to uhurusolidarity.org and click on the big red button, Pay Reparations, and please put in the comments, if you do that, that is for Reparations Wednesdays. So thank you, and Uhuru. I really want to express my appreciation for everyone who has been donating, everyone who has been sharing, subscribing. I really want to appreciate all of you for tuning in and for supporting this reparations challenge.
Every episode has a goal of $50 in reparations. Please donate at uhurusolidarity.org and put in the comments that it is for Reparations Wednesdays. You can also pay reparations by volunteering your time, by volunteering for USM, by volunteering for Who Foods and Pies, by volunteering for the Black Power Blueprint. One of the ways you can volunteer is by joining the Uhuru NTU Volunteer Brigade for the Black Power Blueprint. Go to blackpowerblueprint.org to sign up. And of course, you can hold your own Reparations Challenge fundraiser. The Reparations Challenge is a campaign of the Uhuru Solidarity Movement. Please subscribe to be notified about the next episode. What questions do you have? Leave a comment. Thank you for watching Reparations Wednesdays Cooking and Lifestyle Hacks with Jackson.